Picture this: a packed stadium, the lights blazing down, cameras snapping every second, and all eyes glued to one rookie, Travis Hunter. His NFL debut was supposed to be the moment where talent, hype, and hard work finally collided. But what went down on that field? Oh, it wasn't just football. It was chaos, controversy, and pure, unfiltered drama. From the very first snap, fans weren't just watching a game. They were watching a storm unfold. The kind of storm that leaves teams questioning their loyalty, families divided, and supporters absolutely stunned. Because here's the thing: Travis didn't just play in his debut. He looked absolutely nasty good, nasty intimidating, and according to some insiders, maybe even nasty in ways that could shake up his entire locker room. There were whispers of teammates throwing shade on the sidelines, coaches caught in heated exchanges, and even one shocking sideline moment that's already going viral. Fans couldn't believe what they were seeing. Commentators gasped on live television. And trust me, you're not ready for the fallout. This isn't just about football highlights. This is about betrayal, pride, and the kind of jaw-dropping twists that only reality-style drama could deliver. So buckle up, because what you're about to hear will flip everything you thought you knew about. Travis Hunter's debut upside down. When Travis Hunter stepped onto that field in his Jaguars uniform, there was a strange electricity in the air. The kind you can feel in your bones but can't quite explain. The crowd roared louder than usual for a rookie. The commentators kept fumbling their words trying to hype him up. And his teammates looked half proud, half jealous, as if they knew something was about to go down. And trust me, what happened next wasn't just a debut. It was a full-blown spectacle that no one expected. The first drive set the tone. Travis lined up wide, the defense glaring at him like wolves eyeing fresh meat. The ball snapped, and in less than 3 seconds, he spun out of a defender's grasp, sprinted down the sideline, and made a catch so clean the cameras had to rewind it 5 times. Fans erupted. Commentators shouted over each other. But the drama wasn't about the play itself. It was about what happened afterward. Because as Travis jogged back to the huddle, one of his own teammates, a veteran wide receiver who'd been with the team for years, refused to high-five him. The cameras caught it. The tension was obvious. And from that moment, the whispers began. He thinks he's already the star. One player was overheard muttering on the sideline. He's acting like he's bigger than the game. But Travis wasn't fazed. If anything, he smirked, like he'd been waiting for this exact kind of reaction. Some fans cheered the confidence, others slammed him on social media, calling him cocky. And just when you thought it might die down, the second drive poured gasoline on the fire. Travis snagged another impossible catch, this time diving, stretching out fully, pulling it in with fingertips. The stadium went insane. Yet, in the background, cameras zoomed in on the veteran receiver again. His jaw clenched. His helmet slammed to the ground. And that's when the drama really started bubbling. The Jaguars sideline wasn't celebrating like you'd expect. Instead, there were heated exchanges between players. One assistant coach grabbed the veteran by the shoulder, trying to calm him down. But the mic picked up his words. "He's taking your spotlight, man. And he doesn't even care." That line spread online like wildfire within minutes. Meanwhile, Travis walked calmly to the bench, sipping water like none of this bothered him. But behind his eyes, there was fire. You could see it. This wasn't just football for him. This was personal. He'd been doubted for years, accused of being overhyped, labeled as someone who'd never make it at the pro level. And now that he was proving everyone wrong, he wasn't about to shrink back just because a few teammates couldn't handle it. Fans watching at home could feel the division. Some rallied behind Travis, flooding social media with comments like "Rookie of the Year," "Easy," and "This kid is different." Others sided with the veterans, calling Travis arrogant and saying he needed to earn respect before acting like a superstar. Even family members started weighing in online. His cousin tweeted, "Travis has worked for this. Don't let the haters dim his light." But then, shockingly, his own brother posted something cryptic. "Respect is earned, not demanded." The family was divided, and the entire fan base was caught in the middle of it. The tension exploded midway through the second quarter. The Jaguars were in the red zone, and the quarterback, instead of throwing to the veteran receiver who was wide open, targeted Travis yet again. Travis scored. The crowd went wild. But on the sideline, the veteran stormed over to the quarterback, screaming in his face, "You keep feeding him, you're forgetting the rest of us." The fight escalated so quickly that coaches had to physically separate them. And yes, the cameras caught every second at halftime. The locker room was reportedly chaos. Insiders claim shouting matches broke out, with some players demanding that Travis know his place and others backing him up, saying the kid was carrying the offense. One anonymous source leaked a quote supposedly from Travis himself: "If they don't want me to score, tell the defense to stop me." Whether he actually said it or not, the damage was done. The media grabbed hold of it, and suddenly the rookie wasn't just a sensation. He was a villain in the making. The third quarter only deepened the rift. Fans in the stadium started booing when the veteran got targeted, as if they'd already picked sides. Travis, on the other hand, kept making highlight plays, each one more jaw-dropping than the last. But between the catches and touchdowns, the cameras showed constant sideline drama, players whispering in huddles, coaches throwing their hands up in frustration, and Travis, stone-faced, refusing to look at anyone but the field. Then came the first shocking twist. Midway through the quarter, Travis took a brutal hit, one that left him slow to get up. Fans gasped. Teammates hovered, but not everyone looked concerned. In fact, some viewers noticed that the veteran didn't even move an inch to check on him. The commentators called it out. "That's unusual. You'd expect teammates to rally around a young guy like that." But no rally came. Travis eventually stood up on his own, limping to the sideline. The crowd cheered his toughness, but behind the scenes, the whispers grew darker. Rumors began swirling immediately. Some fans speculated that the hit wasn't just bad luck, but targeted a message from the opposing team, or worse, a setup fueled by jealousy within his own squad. Wild theories started trending online, with hashtags like "Protect Travis" and "Locker Room Betrayal." And while nothing was confirmed, the air was thick with suspicion. Travis, however, wasn't done. Despite the limp, he returned in the fourth quarter, refusing to be sidelined. And his very first play back was another highlight reel moment, a deep catch over double coverage, dragging defenders with him before collapsing out of bounds. The crowd erupted like never before. Fans were chanting his name, drowning out everything else. But the sidelines, silent, cold, fractured. And that's how the first chapter of this drama ended. Travis shining brighter than anyone expected, yet standing alone in the glow, surrounded not by teammates celebrating his success, but by teammates boiling in resentment. The fans were buzzing. The family was at war on social media. And the Jaguars' locker room looked like a powder keg ready to blow. And the worst part? The real twists hadn't even hit yet. Would the team rally behind their rookie phenom? Or would jealousy tear them apart before the season even truly began? The whispers were growing louder, and the cracks in the foundation were already visible. And just when it seemed like things couldn't get any more dramatic, Part 2 of this story would prove that the chaos was only beginning. The locker room after that first game was nothing short of a battlefield. Reporters weren't allowed inside, but multiple insiders leaked just enough to paint a picture of what really went down. One player described it as the loudest shouting match I've ever heard. And another claimed that if the cameras had been rolling, it would have looked like a reality show reunion special. Voices echoed, doors slammed, and the Jaguar staff scrambled to keep the situation from boiling over into a public scandal. At the center of it all, Travis Hunter, the rookie who had just electrified the entire stadium, and the veteran receiver who refused to let go of his spotlight. According to sources, the veteran walked straight up to Travis and spat out, "You think this is your team now? One game and you're acting like the franchise." And here's where things turned from tense to explosive. Because instead of staying quiet, Travis shot back, Witnesses swear they heard him say, "The scoreboard doesn't lie. Maybe if you made plays, we wouldn't be having this conversation. We wouldn't be having this conversation." Those words cut deep. The locker room erupted. Some players started clapping in support of Travis. Others jeered, siding with the veteran. One lineman even yelled, "We don't need this drama. We're supposed to be brothers." But brothers they were not. Not anymore. And while all this chaos brewed indoors, fans outside the stadium had no idea just how bad things were getting. Social media was already ablaze. Clips of the sideline tension had gone viral. The moment the veteran refused to high-five Travis was replayed 1,000,000 times, and memes flooded every platform. Some mocked the veteran for being salty, others roasted Travis for being too cocky too soon. But what no one expected was the twist that came next: family members joining the battle again, this time with even sharper words. Travis's brother, the one who had hinted earlier with his respect is earned post, doubled down. He went live on Instagram that night saying, "I love my brother. But I'm not going to sit here and watch him think he's untouchable. He's still a rookie. If he keeps making enemies in the locker room, his career might end before it even starts." Fans were stunned. How could his own brother publicly criticize him like that? And on the same night, he made NFL history. The comments exploded. Some fans accused the brother of being jealous, while others praised him for being honest. One fan wrote, "This is turning into Kardashians, but with football," another said. "Forget the Jaguars, Hunter versus Hunter is the real storyline." The family was torn apart in the spotlight, and the media was eating it up back in the locker room. The Jaguars head coach tried to regain control. Insiders claim he pulled Travis and the veteran aside for a closed-door meeting. No one knows exactly what was said, but a source leaked that the coach told them, "You either figure this out or this team is done before it starts." Both men reportedly nodded, but their body language told a different story. Arms crossed, eyes narrowed. Not a shred of trust between them. The following week in practice, things only got more heated. Cameras weren't allowed, but beat reporters described an undercurrent of hostility that couldn't be ignored. During drills, the veteran refused to line up next to Travis. When the quarterback threw passes to the rookie, you could see players shaking their heads. And the most jaw-dropping moment: apparently, in one scrimmage, a defender laid a hit on Travis so hard it left the entire field stunned. Normally, teammates would rush over to help, but not this time. Silence, indifference, rumors swirled instantly. Some fans began to speculate that the veteran had influenced teammates to teach Travis a lesson. The idea of teammates targeting their own rookie was unthinkable, but the evidence was piling up. Insiders whispered about a growing divide: Team Hunter versus Team Veteran. Off the field, Travis remained quiet publicly, but sources close to him revealed he was furious. One friend allegedly said, "Travis feels betrayed. He thought his talent would unite the team, but now it feels like everyone's plotting against him." The friend even hinted that Travis considered demanding a trade if things didn't improve. A shocking thought, given he just made his debut, and then came the second game of the season. This was the real test. Would the team rally together, or would the drama explode on national television? From the opening whistle, the tension was visible. Every time the quarterback looked at Travis, the veteran would throw his hands up in frustration. Every time Travis caught the ball, a different teammate seemed to make a point of hitting him harder during celebrations. Almost as if they were masking resentment with fake enthusiasm. By the second quarter, fans at home began noticing this strange body language. Commentators danced around the subject, saying things like there seems to be some chemistry issues on the Jaguars sideline. But everyone watching knew it was much deeper than chemistry. It was war. The climax came in the third quarter. The Jaguars were trailing, the offense struggling, and the coach called a play specifically designed for Travis. The ball snapped, Travis sprinted into the end zone, and the quarterback lobbed it perfectly. Touchdown. The crowd erupted. But as Travis celebrated, the veteran stormed onto the field, pointing and yelling at the quarterback. The cameras caught every second. Fans were stunned. Are they fighting mid-game? One commentator gasped. What happened next was even crazier. During the heated argument, Travis walked over, trying to calm things down, but the veteran shoved him away. Yes, shoved him on live television in the middle of a game. The crowd booed, the referees had to separate them. And social media absolutely exploded within minutes. Hashtags like Jaguars, Civil War, and Free Travis were trending worldwide. Fans weren't just shocked, they were furious. How could a team let internal drama overshadow the game like this? Back on the sideline, the camera caught Travis sitting alone on the bench, his helmet in his hands, shaking his head. The veteran sat 3 seats away, glaring. The rest of the team looked uncomfortable, unsure which side to take. Even the coaches seemed helpless, pacing the sidelines with frustration written all over their faces. After the game, reporters swarmed the locker room, desperate for answers. The veteran stormed past without speaking. Travis, when cornered, simply said, "I'm here to play football. I can't control how other people feel." Fans praised his composure. But insiders whispered that behind the scenes, he was livid, and as if the drama couldn't get any worse the next day. A shocking leak hit the internet, an audio clip allegedly from inside the locker room. In the clip, a voice believed to be the veteran could be heard saying, "I don't care how good he is. I'll make sure this team never belongs to him." Whether it was real or fake didn't matter, fans believed it, and the narrative was set. Suddenly, this wasn't just a rookie debut story anymore. This was betrayal. This was teammates turning on each other. This was the Jaguars falling apart at the seams. With Travis Hunter caught in the middle, the drama was spiraling, and the season had only just begun. Fans were left asking one question: how far would this war go before something irreversible happened? And the shocking answer was waiting just around the corner. The fallout from that leaked. Audio clip hit the Jaguars like a hurricane. By the time Monday morning rolled around, sports talk shows across the country weren't talking about stats. They weren't talking about game strategy. They were dissecting every second of that clip, playing it on loop, debating if it was authentic, and tearing into the Jaguars organization for letting things spiral so far out of control. Fans were outraged. Jaguars supporters flooded social media with demands for answers. "If the team doesn't address this, we're doomed," one fan wrote. Another declared, "This is the most embarrassing drama I've ever seen from an NFL locker room." Even neutral fans who had no stake in the Jaguars tuned in, hungry for the chaos. The situation wasn't just a football storyline anymore, it was national drama. A saga unfolding like a reality series. Inside the Jaguars facility, things were even messier. Reports say management called an emergency meeting with the coaching staff and key players. The message was clear: end the feud or face consequences. But while the front office wanted peace, the players weren't buying it. One anonymous source told reporters, "You can't just patch over this. Lines have been drawn. People picked sides and no one's switching." And right at the heart of it all was Travis. Instead of fading into the background, he doubled down. Teammates described him as laser-focused, practicing harder than ever, but also colder. He stopped joking around with teammates, stopped chatting in the locker room, and spoke only when necessary. He's shut everyone out, one player revealed. It's like he doesn't trust anyone anymore. The veteran, meanwhile, seemed to thrive on the chaos. At practice, he made a show of every catch, flexing, yelling, and trying to prove he was still the alpha. Some teammates cheered him on, others rolled their eyes. It was like watching 2 rival camps develop inside the same team. Things took another wild turn when Travis's father entered the conversation. Up until then, he had stayed quiet, watching his son's rise and the drama surrounding it from the sidelines. But after that shove during the second game and the leaked audio clip, he'd had enough. In a passionate interview with a local radio station, he said, "If these grown men can't handle a young man shining, that's on them. My boy earned his spot, and I'll be damned if I sit here and watch jealous teammates drag him down." The clip went viral instantly. Fans applauded the father's defense, but others accused him of pouring fuel on the fire. One sports commentator argued, "Parents stepping in rarely helps. If anything, this is going to make the locker room even more toxic." And sure enough, the veteran clapped back, posting a cryptic tweet. Maybe the apple doesn't fall far from the tree. The jab was obvious. By the time the Jaguars' third game rolled around, the entire league was watching, waiting to see if the drama would implode on live television again. And boy, did it deliver. From the opening drive, it was clear the quarterback trusted Travis more than anyone else. Pass after pass went his way. He didn't just catch them, he dominated, weaving through defenders, pulling off jukes that left jaws on the floor, making highlight after highlight. The crowd was on its feet, chanting his name. But every cheer was another dagger in the veteran's pride. Midway through the second quarter, the boiling point came, after Travis made yet another unbelievable catch. The veteran ripped off his helmet and threw it to the ground, storming to the bench. Cameras caught him yelling at the coaching staff, "You're feeding him because you want headlines, not wins." The sideline descended into chaos once again. Coaches trying to calm him, teammates avoiding eye contact. But the most shocking moment came right before halftime. On a routine crossing route, Travis was blindsided by one of his own teammates' app lock that made absolutely no sense in the play. The hit left him sprawled out on the turf, clutching his side. Fans gasped. Commentators screamed. Slow motion replays made it look even worse. Was it intentional? Was it a mistake? The stadium buzzed with tension. Fans booed. Travis lay there for a moment before staggering to his feet, clearly shaken but refusing medical attention. The crowd roared at his toughness. But the whispers of betrayal grew louder than ever. After the game, the controversy exploded. Analysts debated if the hit was deliberate. One former player said bluntly, "I've been in this league long enough to know when something doesn't add up. That looked personal." Fans flooded Twitter with conspiracy theories. Some accused the veteran of orchestrating it. Others said the coaching staff had lost control. The phrase "locker room betrayal" trended for days. Behind closed doors, insiders claimed Travis finally snapped. In the locker room after the game, he reportedly confronted the teammate who hit him. "You think I didn't notice? You think I'm stupid?" Witnesses described the room going dead silent as Travis stared him down. The teammate mumbled excuses, but Travis didn't buy it. "You're jealous just like the rest," he said before storming out. The team was fractured beyond repair. Some players sided with Travis, praising his resilience and talent. Others whispered that he was bringing too much drama, that he was tearing the team apart from the inside. And then came the ultimate twist: rumors of a trade request. Multiple insiders reported that Travis's agent had quietly reached out to other teams, gauging interest in case the Jaguars couldn't protect him. The thought of losing a rookie phenom after just a handful of games sent shockwaves through the league. Fans of rival teams flooded social media begging for their franchises to swoop in and save him. Jaguars fans, meanwhile, were left panicking, furious at their own organization for letting things get this bad, as if that wasn't enough. Another twist unfolded when Travis's brother, the same one who had criticized him earlier, suddenly switched sides. In a dramatic Instagram post, he wrote, "I was wrong. Watching him take that hit and still get up showed me who he really is. That's my brother, and I'll ride with him no matter what." The post racked up millions of likes, but the damage had already been done. The family feud had played out publicly, and fans weren't quick to forget. The Jaguars head coach finally addressed the media, his voice tight with frustration. "This team needs to grow up," he said. "We either come together or we fall apart." But his words rang hollow. Reporters pressed him on the leaked audio, on the sideline shove, on the suspicious hit. But he dodged every question by now. The Jaguars weren't just a football team, they were a soap opera. Every practice, every game, every sideline exchange was magnified under the national spotlight. Sports shows turned into gossip panels, debating motives and alliances like it was an episode of reality TV. And through it all, Travis kept playing out of his mind. Every game, he put up numbers that rookies weren't supposed to. Every week, he gave fans highlight reels that broke the internet. But behind those highlights was a young player carrying the weight of betrayal, jealousy, and a team that seemed determined to tear him down from the inside. The question everyone was asking now wasn't just if Travis could survive the season, but if the Jaguars themselves could survive the storm he had unintentionally unleashed. And just when it seemed like the drama couldn't possibly escalate any further, Part 4 of this saga would prove that the chaos had only reached its halfway point, because the biggest betrayal of all was still waiting in the shadows, ready to detonate everything the Jaguars thought they knew. The days leading up to the Jaguars' fourth game felt less like preparation for football and more like the build-up to a season finale of a reality series. Fans were glued to every news update, every cryptic tweet, every leaked rumor. Sports media wasn't talking about strategy or matchups anymore. They were analyzing body language, replaying sideline arguments, and speculating about who would betray whom next. Behind closed doors, the team's owner reportedly called a secret meeting with Travis, the veteran, and the head coach. According to insiders, the owner didn't mince words. "This circus is killing us. Figure it out, or I'll make changes you won't like." But instead of uniting the group, the meeting only deepened the cracks. Travis left the room stone-faced. The veteran stormed out, swearing under his breath, and the coach sat slumped in his chair, muttering, "This isn't football anymore, it's survival." And then came the game. The stadium was packed, but the atmosphere was tense, almost eerie. Fans weren't just there to watch touchdowns, they were there to see if the Jaguars would implode. From the first snap, it was clear something was different. The quarterback looked hesitant, glancing between Travis and the veteran as if afraid of making the wrong choice. The crowd noticed. Commentators noticed. Even players on the sidelines noticed, shifting uncomfortably as the offense sputtered. Finally, in the second quarter, the quarterback made his choice. He launched a deep ball to Travis, who soared above defenders and hauled it in for yet another jaw-dropping catch. The crowd erupted, chanting his name. But the celebration didn't last. As Travis jogged back to the sideline, the veteran confronted him. Cameras caught it, clearly veins bulging, finger jabbing, the veteran shouting, "This isn't your show." Travis didn't back down. He leaned in, his voice steady but cutting. "It's not my show, it's my team now." The sideline erupted. Teammates pulled them apart. Coaches screamed and fans at home gasped. The commentators tried to cover it up with phrases like tempers flaring, but everyone knew this was deeper than tempers. This was mutiny. But the real betrayal came in the third quarter. The Jaguars had a crucial fourth down, the game hanging in the balance. The play was designed for Travis, everyone knew it. The ball snapped. Travis sprinted wide open down the field, and then, shockingly, the quarterback didn't throw to him. Instead, he forced the ball to the veteran, who wasn't open. Interception, chaos. The opposing team ran it back for a touchdown, and the stadium filled with boos. Fans erupted online. "That was sabotage," one tweeted. Another wrote, "They just cost us the game because of egos." Conspiracy theories exploded. Was the quarterback siding with the veteran? Had the locker room drama poisoned the team's decisions that badly? On the sidelines, Travis ripped off his helmet and shouted at the quarterback, "You saw me. You knew I was open." The quarterback avoided his gaze, mumbling something no one could hear. The camera zoomed in on Travis's face, rage, betrayal, disbelief. After the game, which the Jaguars lost badly, the locker room turned into ground zero for the most explosive confrontation yet. According to multiple sources, Travis went straight for the quarterback, shouting, "You chose sides. You've sold me out." The veteran laughed, clapping mockingly, and said, "Welcome to the NFL." Rookie witnesses described the scene as pure chaos, players screaming, others trying to break it up, coaches powerless. One insider swore that punches were thrown, though the team denied it. But the damage was done. Word leaked to the press within hours. And suddenly, the Jaguars weren't just dysfunctional, they were toxic. A franchise tearing itself apart before the entire world. Fans were devastated. "I've supported this team for 20 years, and I've never been this embarrassed," one longtime supporter tweeted. Others defended Travis, insisting he was the victim of jealousy and betrayal. Hashtags like Team Travis and Trade the Vet trended for days. And then, as if the drama couldn't get worse, Travis himself finally broke his silence. In a post-game interview, his voice calm but his words razor sharp. He said, "I came here to play football. But if people would rather play games off the field, then maybe this isn't where I belong." The room went silent. The clip went viral. Fans knew what he meant. He was hinting at leaving the Jaguars. Within hours, reports surfaced that multiple teams had already reached out to his agent, preparing blockbuster offers in case the Jaguars let him go. Rival fans flooded social media, begging for their franchises to rescue him. Jaguars fans, meanwhile, were left furious at their own team for letting things fall apart so spectacularly to make matters even messier. Travis's brother and father both took to social media that night. His brother posted, "He deserves better than this circus," while his father simply wrote, "They don't want him." "We'll find somewhere that does." The family was united again, but now against the Jaguars organization. The veteran, of course, didn't stay quiet. In a late-night tweet, he fired back. "This league isn't about feelings. If you can't handle the heat, get out of the kitchen." Fans tore him apart in the replies, calling him jealous, washed up, and toxic. But he didn't delete the tweet. The Jaguars management now faced an impossible decision: keep their rookie phenom happy or protect the fragile egos of the veterans. Insiders claimed the front office was divided and panicking, unsure how to salvage the season or the locker room. And so, what started as a dazzling NFL debut had spiraled into one of the most sensational storylines in football history. A rookie turned superstar, betrayed by teammates, caught in family drama, targeted on the field, shoved on the sideline, and maybe, just maybe, on the verge of walking away from the very team that drafted him. Fans were left stunned, asking the same burning questions: would Travis stay loyal to the Jaguars, or demand a trade to escape the toxic mess? Would the veteran finally be punished for his behavior, or would management double down on protecting their longtime player? And most importantly, how much more chaos could one rookie season possibly hold? Because if there's one thing this saga had proven, it's that the story of Travis Hunter's NFL debut wasn't about stats or highlights. It was about betrayal, pride, jealousy, and the kind of drama that no one could have scripted better. And for fans watching, one thing was clear: the season wasn't over, but the fireworks had only just begun. And that, right there, is where we leave the Jaguars locker room saga for now on. A knife's edge, with emotions hotter than ever and the future of Travis Hunter hanging in the balance. Think about everything we just witnessed: the jealousy, the sideline shoves, the suspicious hits, the family weighing in, the viral leaks, and the rookie himself standing tall through it all. Fans are still buzzing, insiders are still speculating, and the truth is, no one really knows what's going to happen next. Will Travis demand a trade and become the biggest free agent story of the year? Will the Jaguars finally take his side and cut ties with the toxic veteran presence? Or will this all explode even further, tearing the team apart before the season is halfway through? This isn't just football anymore. This is drama at its finest. The kind that keeps you glued to your screen, wondering what twist comes next. And the craziest part? We've probably only scratched the surface. Every time you think it can't get worse, another shocking leak or sideline moment changes the whole story. But now I want to hear from you. Whose side are you on? Is Travis the victim of jealous teammates, or is he letting the hype get to his head? Do you think the Jaguars can recover from this civil war, or is it already too late? Drop your thoughts in the comments, because trust me, the debate is just as fiery as the games themselves. And if you've been hooked by this roller coaster of betrayal and redemption, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on those notifications so you don't miss a single update. This story isn't over. Far from my hand. You're going to want to be here when the next chapter unfolds. Until then, stay tuned, stay loud, and remember, in the NFL, the biggest hits don't always happen on the field.